In this weekend's list video, I wanted to have a look at go anywhere, do anything watches. Pieces that are styled to be a jack of all trades but master of none. You won't find a wide range of complications added to a GADA piece, as they are known. A date window is generally about as diverse as you can expect. Instead, the design priorities focus on durability, simplicity, and overall appeal. These are either seen as grab-and-go models in a wider collection, which you can dress up or dress down without any fuss, or equally, because of their versatility, if you aren't a collector, these serve as great choices for a one-and-done watch to wear constantly, regardless of the occasion. As ever, I have followed a set of rules for putting together this video. Firstly, the watches I select must be GADA pieces. They aren't always advertised using that terminology by companies, but I'll be following the characteristics I've set out at the start of this video. In a slight break from tradition, where possible, I'll be focusing on ranges rather than individual models, because one thing GADA watches do tend to do is offer a lot of choice when it comes to dials. The second rule is simply that the watch must be available below $1,000 at the time of scripting the video. And finally, for the sake of variety, each brand can only feature once on the list. With all that said, let's get into the video. As far as pure value propositions go, it's pretty hard to argue with anything coming out of San Martin over the last few years. There really isn't a compromise going on here. The specifications are what you'd expect to find on models at least twice this price, if not more, and the finishing and quality control outcompetes brands several times over. There are actually two base versions within the range, the older 39mm version and the newer Jansan versions, which are more expensive, come with beautiful enamel dial options and three size options, 36, 39 and 42mm respectively. Jody over at the One More Watch YouTube channel operates the EREBUS brand, so if you want some really detailed information about exactly what the ASCENT range offers, that is definitely the best place to look. From the outside looking in though, this is a handsome range of watches that has a wider range of dials to choose from than you might expect, with the Malachite and Tiger's Eye gemstone dials being a highlight for me. I think what really appeals as a consumer is there does appear to be a lot of customer feedback being taken on board, with the new size variants being a clear indication of that kind of development. This sort of fits the bill and sort of doesn't, and that kind of disruption is what I like about it. It's difficult to argue that this is anything but a no-nonsense time teller, and I think it fits into the GADA mold neatly. However, it's definitely got some style and edge to it that makes it stand out from other models on the list. Not only that, but its simple aesthetic is a little deceptive. This is actually a 300-meter rated diver with C3 luminova and some of the most extreme double dome crystal you're likely to find. It's actually 2.7mm thick and allows for more viewing angles than most watches could possibly hope to offer. For clarity, the Gentleman range stretches a lot further north price-wise than I've indicated here. It includes precious metal bezels, upgraded Powermatic 80 movements, and open heart fronts. To be honest, I don't feel that any of that is really in the spirit of a GADA watch, but I do have a lot of time for the basic models in the range. These are sturdy, classically designed quartz pieces, and while I don't necessarily see the value in an upgrade to the top end of the range, I do think the titanium model is worth some consideration, as that 64-gram weight saving is going to make a big difference to the wearing experience, particularly if this is something you're going to wear every day. Long-term viewers of the channel will know that I've been a fan of the Unity range from NODUS for quite some time. I am a little torn actually, that I didn't pick one up when they were on sale via WatchGecko last year. The range offers a fantastic triangulated combination of colour, texture and depth to its dial, which is accomplished in a model that looks simultaneously sporty and sophisticated. I have to say, of the 4 colour offerings, I'd never go for the black one personally. The others are just so joyous by comparison. I don't think pink watches are actually an easy thing to pull off, but the Blossom version is one of the best affordable options out there. My recent experiences with the C63 Celeste were actually the main inspiration behind producing this video. Followers of the channel will have seen that since the turn of the new year, I've been trying to use these videos as a vehicle to identify what makes for a perfect budget watch collection. I'm not sure a GADA would have originally featured, but if the Celeste taught me one thing, it's that it's a form not to be overlooked. I think that the C63 SEALANDER range is the best way of maximising a $1,000 budget when it comes to this list. You get one of the best movements, as well as top-notch build quality and finishing, alongside a range of tasteful dial choices. The spec sheet on the BEAUCROFT Element is impressive. BGW9 superluminova loomed hands, double-domed sapphire crystal, a scratch-resistant coating for the case and bracelet, a Miyota 1993 movement, and 200 meters of water resistance is nothing to be scoffed at. It is true that you could get the same for less from Far Eastern brands, but that doesn't quite tell the whole story. BEAUCROFT offers British assembly, and each watch is regulated by a partner company, Horologium, to a tolerance of plus or minus 10 seconds a day. I think the real attraction here though is that layered gradient sunburst dial. The orange in particular is really quite something. Fans of horology will know that the prices of SEIKO models have been creeping up in recent years, and more their advertising feels to me like it's becoming, at the very least, Grand SEIKO adjacent. There have been a few critical videos made and articles written highlighting this trend, but make no mistake, there are still some absolute gems from the brand. This automatic sharp edges model is 39.3mm in diameter. Like all SEIKOs, is made entirely in-house, and it boasts a 70-hour power reserve to last beyond a lazy 3-day weekend. And of course, the centerpiece, that amazing dial. Originally, I had picked out a much more modest watch to feature on the list from Citizen, the BM7333059L. What a name. It's an affordable eco-drive powered GADA model. I was then going to segue into talking about the CHRONOMASTER as a really nice option, but one that doesn't fit into the budget. Then I did some searching and found that actually you can pick up CHRONOMASTER models on a leather strap for less than $1,000 second hand. It's an absolutely stunning, high accuracy quartz model. I know it's a done to death trope saying that a watch has Grand SEIKO levels of finishing and design, but I think in this case it's about as true as it's ever going to get. The SERICA 6190 is a very interesting proposition. It packs a COSC certified SOPROD M100 movement with Côte de Genève finishing and a polished enamel dial in a choice of 3 colours and the brand's trademark bond clip bracelet. It has double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating and superluminova 2. The recommended retail price is a little north of $1,000, but there are models listed second hand just below that, which to me is actually staggering value for this sportier take on their military field watch range that fits perfectly into that GADA mould, but with a heightened feel of luxury to its look and feel. If you bought a model with a spec sheet and design like this from a household name, I guarantee it would cost considerably more. So, there we have it. What I believe to be the 10 best GADA watches that money can buy for less than $1,000. It's a difficult category to search for, as not all brands would use the acronym or the terminology, so you have to make an assessment for yourself whether or not you really feel it fits into the profile. As a result of that, I'm sure there will be plenty of other suggestions, and I'd love to hear them from you. What are GADA watches to one person, it isn't to another. If you look at articles about them online, many will feature pieces that fall into other categories: divers, chronographs, field watches, and so on. That doesn't make the article or commentary wrong. Those can all be go anywhere, do anything watches, but I've tried to be a little more specific in my choices. I'd love to hear about any experiences you have with GADA pieces, especially if it relates to models from the list or ones you feel should have been on here. Let's discuss in the comments section below. As ever, thank you for your time. If you've enjoyed what you've seen or found it informative, consider dropping the video a like and subscribing for more content like this in future.